Hello YouTube, Mr. Man here. Well, today I got another knife review. These are kind of coming in as, well, I'm making them as I get the knives, kinda. Today I got a review of a SOG knife. This is my first SOG knife, as you can see here, AE02 TiNi Aegis. I believe that's how it's pronounced, the Aegis. Let's see, this is just the box that comes in. This is, like, I don't probably just said this is my first SOG knife. Oh yeah, plastic bag, don't need that. I gotta say I'm really impressed with it. Let's see, is that all that's in the box? Yeah. Let me, see, it comes with your little instruction book. Oh, that's the Aegis, but a camo pattern. I just got the black one. Living on the Edge, just you know, your little promotional yada 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 stuff they come with. Oops. You know, shows some multi-tools, knives, all that stuff. Nothing really exactly good. Oops, well, can't get this really in frame, but it tells about the arc lock. Stuff like that, the assist technology, all that stuff. And let's see, well, let's just get right onto the knife here. So, this is the Aegis, the black titanium nitride coated blade here. I'll open that up in a second. Now, this is my first assisted knife. Okay, I had another knife before. This is this little CRKT knife, and this is a flipper knife. But the Aegis is my first assisted knife, and I gotta say I'm rather impressed with it. So pretty much, for anybody that doesn't know what an assisted knife is, there's a spring in here, and some knives work a little bit different, but this one got a spring, and when you start the blade coming out, like you use the thumb to push it out, it gets to a certain point, like right here, and the blade wants to spring open. And what this looks like in action is this: you just started pushing, and it opens up. It's like, I mean, pretty much essentially this is a legal switchblade in, I guess, all 50 states from what I can understand. So yeah, I mean, that's quick. And if you were to pull this out and someone didn't know what an assisted knife was, they'd say, "Oh, switchblade," but you know, it's not. You know, ouch, just pinch myself. You know, it's legal. So anyway, assisted technology on the side. Let's kind of go over the handle here. The handle, it is this is a pretty nice handle that I got. So I don't know. I'm not saying that it's not the best, but I don't know. I mean, it is good. I mean, it fits your hand really well. All right, let me take that back. It is a good handle. Man, what in the world am I saying? My mind's everywhere right now. Sorry about that. And when you get your hand in here, since it got this rather large finger choil here, I guess it's called, it almost fits your whole hand here. I mean, and when this is in, you're not really going to slide forward or back. And this got some texturing down here. It seems, I mean, it's a little rounded off. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a little slippery, but I mean, it tends to do a pretty good job locking your hand out. And you got some texturing up here on the top of the blade. This is a pretty good job too. Not super grippy. Like, let's take an Endura here. Endura's kind of got an extra little plus because they got the bum ramp. So when you put your finger in, I mean, you can't push that forward at all. So but the Aegis, because it's flat, it suffers from that a little bit because it's just on the top of the blade here, but I mean, it does a pretty good job, you know, for what it is. This texturing doesn't really do that much up here, but then again, stuff in the handles, even on like the Endura, it doesn't really give you that much grip. It got to be the stuff on the blade. But anyway, you got a little bit of grip pattern here. I don't know if you can see it. It says SOG all in these patterns. They're kind of, oops, there's a hair. Got hair in my knives. Come on, get off there. Stuck. There we are. I found out this is kind of a rubber. It just feels like the normal well, I guess it does feel a little bit like rubber, but anyway, then you got the texturing on the handle here, kind of like, you know, no set pattern like on an Endura here. You know how it's all kind of like that pyramid type shape, I guess you'd call it, maybe. This is just kind of in little places, but I mean, it fits good if your thumb's up here. You kind of got a little something to grip onto. Back here for, like, you know, your back finger, for that's pretty good, and then on the other side, it's sort of the same sort of deal. A pivot screw. I believe that's probably a torque screw. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not that good with the screws. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell the specs on this. You know, I'll put those down in the description because me rambling on about the specs, who listens to those anyway? You know, you're like, oh, how long did he say the blade was, or you know, how heavy was it? And you got to go back in the video. I'll just put them down in the description. So, on the blade there, it's a SOG Aegis. This is a titanium nitride coated blade. Let's see here. Patent number there. I don't know if you can see that. Ambidextrous bump studs on the blade. This is a full flat ground blade like my Endura. Let me pop this out here. And essentially what this means is, in case you don't know what full flat ground is, this a full flat ground blade starts the grind at the top and goes down to the edge, and then it goes all the way down till it gets sharp. Okay, from the top of the blade down. Something like this. I don't exactly know the name for this. I mean, I'm dumb because I don't. But if you kind of see, there's this little line here. The grind starts part way down and then goes down to the blade. So I'm not an expert on this at all. So don't take my word for like whatever I say. If you know, there's better descriptions. But I believe that what that's supposed to do is make the blade a lot sharper. But in doing that, you sacrifice some tip strength. If you see, that tip is kind of, it's a really fine tip, but you would break it off really easy. So that's something you got to watch out for. They do offer this in a Tanto blade, so I'm sure that would be a whole lot stronger than a full flat ground version. But this gives you a really nice tip, but you just got to be careful that you don't break that off. But I like the shape of the knife here. It's kind of like, you know, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It looks interesting. It's an interesting shape and speed of technology. I was opening this like crazy the first day I got it. You know, I was like, oh, let's see how it is. Yeah, that's fun. Let's do it again. And yeah, let's do it again. And you just keep doing it. This does have a lock on it here. I don't know if you can read that. It's a safety on, or what am I saying? Safety off. When it's down, the safety's off, and you pop it up, and then the safety's on. You can't open up the blade. So that's a good feature too. In case you want to lock it, I personally wouldn't do that. In case I ever had to pull it out and it's like, oh, wait a second, what's happening? And you gotta, if you just one-handed, you'd have to pop it off of your thumb or something, then you can get it. But, you know, let's see. Oh, now this is the arc lock here. I don't know if you see what I keep doing every time I close it. It only closes, or the arc lock kind of ends up in that position. I just take my thumb and push it all the way back. It's just something I do. I've gotten that habit. But like this, it will slide. Anyway, you can leave it wherever you want. So there's no spring tension on it like this. And you know, you can have it back like I do when I open up, or you can have it forward. It'll open up either way. But then like this, you got some tension on it. Oops. Like see, it'll pop forward and then see like that. You gotta, it gives you tension, so it's not just gonna by accidentally open up on you. Let's see, what else do we got to talk about here? Oh, well, I guess something. Well, let me just tell you the blade length really quick here. This it's 3.5 inches long. So you get a, I'm not going to tell you all the specs here, but 3.5 inches long. It's a pretty good blade length. Let me compare it to my Endura here. Let's see. If you can kind of, oops, man, I'm not getting on the camera too good. You know, the Endura's looks a little bit longer, but that's because I think the reason for that is the Aegis, it kind of got a sweep to it. It reminds you of like a chef's knife or something, you know, those knives they use in the kitchen or whatever. But this is anything but a chef's knife. I mean, this can do some serious work on whatever you need work on, I guess. So, anyway, the weight on this is 3.1 ounces. So I mean, it's a light knife. Let me talk about the pocket clip in a second here, but it's a light knife. When I got it clipped in my pocket, you don't even know it's there. I mean, it's like, where is it? And it's like, oh yeah, you got it. So that's good. You can carry it around like comfortably all the time. I mean, I've been carrying this probably, well, I think it's actually been a week now since I've got this. Did it come last Friday? Yeah, I ordered this, and I think it came last Friday, so it's been about a week. I didn't start carrying it right away, but I mean, you know, since I have been carrying it, it's been really comfortable. Oh yeah, pocket clip. Now, I know SOG pocket clips, this is an ingenious design they got for it, and what I'm going to say here, I'm not downing the pocket clip at all because I think it's my pants, and I'll explain why in a second. The pocket clip is a really deep carry pocket clip where, if you see how, I'll get you an Endura in here. When you carry an Endura in your pocket, you got, your pants only go up to this far in the pocket clip, then you got something to grab onto when you go to pull it out of your pocket, but this leaves it exposed a little bit. So let's say if you don't really want someone to know you're carrying around a knife with you or something like that, a SOG pocket clip would be really good because the knife buries deeper than the end of your pocket. If you see that, your pocket would come with the here. Now, my little issue I was having is when I clip it to my pocket, sometimes it'll clip in really good, sometimes it won't, and I think it might just be the material gathering up or something, or catching on something here. So I'm having some trouble with the pocket clip, but it might just be my pants. So I'm not downing SOG's pocket clips at all, because these, I mean, it's an ingenious design here. I mean, I don't know if they were the first ones to do it, but I'm just saying it's ingenious here, the way that they connect. And I do believe you can take the screw out here if you want to, and reverse the pocket clip for a left-handed carry if you want to. And I mean, since this is a spring-assisted knife, I can actuate it with my left hand, even though I'm like not ambidextrous at all. I mean, I'm a complete righty. But you know, and something else I did find was interesting on this. Since it's spring-assisted, you can hold it upside down. This is going to kind of be hard to show because I'm using my right hand, but and you can use. I'm not, you know, giving anybody, you know what, like, you know, how you shake your fist at people like this, but you can take your middle finger and use that to open up the thumb stud like that, and then you have it in a reverse grip. So I was thinking, well, you could carry a Aegis set for left hand carry in your right pocket, and then it would be in your pocket like this. So you pull it out, and then you got it automatically in this position to go to a reverse grip. If, let's say, you needed that, like, I don't know, you train with knives like that or something, and you always like you use your knives in a reverse grip or something, you know, like karambits or whatever. I mean, I don't know any use for it, but I found that interesting because it is spring assisted. You could just what do you call it? Just have it set up so that it automatically goes into a reverse grip. So let's see here. This spring assisted technology is addicting. I mean, it's like you just open up once, and oh, this is a complaint I heard about this, and the guy is right, because I believe this uses a coil spring. See, normally there's not a lot of tension. Well, there is tension here. See, the blade wants to go up, and here's a lot of tension. But even when it's here, you barely shake the knife. Well, let's see. If I just turn the knife, let me see, like this. See, it wants to lock because there is still slight tension here, because I think this uses a coil spring. Now, like the one guy was saying, it is hard to close one-handed, and I don't normally close knives one-handed, but there's a lot of tension there, so it's not the best knife to close one-handed. This little CRKT knife, since it's a liner lock, I'm not good at closing knives one-handed, but well, I'm slower with that. But you can close it like that. Let's see, I don't know which one opens up faster. This is a flipper knife and the manual. You know, that opens up like that. I don't know. I've been kind of playing around with both. I'm not exactly sure which one I'd say would open up faster, but you know, manual, spring assisted. I mean, when you got something that opens up like this, I mean, that's manual, and this is spring assisted. I mean, I don't get where switchblades are illegal. Switchblade, you push a button. This, you push that out. Same amount of, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's crazy. And even a manual knife like this, I mean, you have something coming out like that quick. I mean, I don't see where switchblades are illegal, but it is a lot. I mean, let me correct myself. They're not illegal everywhere, but most places are illegal. So, I mean, it's a law. Their laws are in place for a purpose, but at least stuff like this is legal for most people to have, and it has a certain type of, you know, cool factor. You pull it out, and it's like, yeah, even if you don't need the speed for any specific purpose, just having something that can do that is kind of cool. So, anyway, that's my review on the SOG Aegis, my first spring assisted knife, and yeah, let's see here. I'm kind of getting a little knife collection, and you got that. I don't know, I got a couple other knives on this, but these are just the ones I brought down for the review to kind of compare. But anyway, oh yeah, price on this knife is gonna be, you could probably find, I found mine for like $65, depending on what version you get. You know, the camo pattern, Tanto blade. If you don't get the coated blade, this comes in a couple different variations, and I believe now they have a mini Aegis, so I want to check that out. You know, like a smaller version of this. I haven't really seen any videos on it, but you know, I might check that out. So yeah, maybe around $60, $70, somewhere around that price range. Just, it's kind of expensive. The steel on this is AUS 8, so not like it's not a bad steel. I mean, and I'm not an expert on steel, but it's not like a bad steel. It's probably not your top of the line steel, but you know, it's good for what it is. So that spring technology is good too. So anyway. See, like when I move it, kind of got some recoil to it. Anyway, so that's my review on the SOG Aegis. Let's open it up there. And yeah, it's a good knife. I mean, I like it. I don't know. I mean, it's a good knife. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the review and the rest of your day. Mr. Man, out.